Hi all, I have another very interesting game to show you today, courtesy of David Grosvenor. Ethereal 10.0 was playing against Leela ID 503, so we're going up the IDs here. 503, 3 minute with 2 seconds time control. Let's have a look. E4 from Ethereal. We have E5, knight F3, knight C6, knight C3, knight F6, so the 4 knights variation, because 4 knights are out and about. And this is the Spanish variation, bishop b5, so Spanish torture, bishop b5. We have bishop d6, and this is the end of the opening book stage. d3, both sides castle, and now Leela plays knight d4. Okay, so an aggressive move. The bishop doesn't move here. It could do. This is possible. c6 even position. But white played bishop e3. Now Leela actually took on f3. That was her preference. Queen takes, c6 kicking this bishop. b5 kicking it again. a5 threatening to trap the bishop with a4. So white reacts with a4. b4, knight e2. Bishop c7, which makes way for d5. Knight g3. And we see now the move h6, potentially to deprive white of the g5 square is handy, because that could be a nasty pin. h3, and now actually d5. And you might think this is a bit shaky, because surely d5 is a bit vulnerable here. Hasn't white got things like knight h5? Let's see. E takes, c takes, bishop c5 forcing move, rook e8, and now the undermining knight h5. Is this a disaster for Leela? Because d5 under fire. If takes, then white has bishop takes d5 hitting f7 and a8. This looks terrible after rook b8. Taking here, it's massive advantage for white. So isn't this very troublesome? Well, guess what Leela plays in this position, which is kind of necessary, but also dynamic at the same time. Black to play, what would you play? If I give you 5 seconds to pause the video here. Okay, a rook left, which does involve sacking a pawn, a center pawn, no less. Knight takes, rook takes, so center pawn sacrificed. And we have bishop d7, keeping the tension on. Anything else, well here it's difficult to do anything else. If bishop d6, white's just going to swap, maybe even take on a5 if black's not careful. Big advantage. So bishop d7 only move. So what do we have here? Do we have some dynamic compensation? Queen c4. We have bishop c6. We have the two bishops pointing at white's king, potentially. Rook a1. Rook f4, important tempo gain here. d4. And in this position, it looks as though Leela's already got formidable attacking position and could have played queen g5, threatening mate, causing f3, but now this rook left would seem strong. For example, rook f2, bishop takes f3. This is a good advantage for black. It seems a very, very dangerous position indeed, basically. Now, Leela didn't go in for that here. Actually, something else, bishop f3, which is quite interesting as well. Now g3 is played. If g takes, let's look at, if g takes, check. E takes d4 opens up this bishop. Bishop takes d4 hits the bishop. The bishop just calmly retreats, leaving the potential discovered check, etc. And this is, after this, rook takes f3 check, crushing. You have king h1, rook takes h3, mating. So let's go back here. So white actually, after bishop f3, played g3. And we have queen d7 now, just not moving the rook, but going in for queen takes h3. So king h2 protecting h3. If takes, you can see that white's getting mated on the light squares. After queen takes, there's no major checks here for white. So black's going to be mating there. So here, king h2 is played. Now another amazing move, e4, so potentially opening up this bishop to be part of the party. Queen b5 was played, desperately trying to get the queens off. If g takes, then this is very bad news for white, as you might expect. Queen takes h3 is crushing again, similar to before. White hasn't got another major check here, so that's the end of white there. So we have queen b5 in this position, queen c8, queen c4, rook h4, yeah, h3 under fire, the pawn pinned. f7 is given up, doesn't matter about that. White desperately plays bishop e6. That's taken, check. Yeah, if d5 as an example, f6, and then mating. So this is all pretty desperate for white. Check, that's taken. So bishop down, e3, not even taking the rook, yeah, just e2 threatened. Now d5 was played. Rook e5 threatening. Rook takes h3 here. So white took on h4. For example, d6. Rook takes h3 check is a nice mating pattern to be aware of. Rook h5 checkmate. So g takes h4. But now rook takes d5 check is winning material. Again, after bishop takes d1. That's a whole bishop up. Adjudicated here as a win for black. So I thought that was quite a nice game choice by David Grosvenor. Thanks very much. The idea of the d5 liberating move, even in the face of the tactical knight h5 undermining, it seems, d5 and the a8 rook. This rook a6, this amazing central pawn sacrifice, actually seems to be quite sound on technical analysis. And it took, apparently, Stockfish quite a long time to come up with rook a6, quite a really clever, resourceful, attacking, dynamic move. Hope you enjoyed it. Comments, questions, likes, shares appreciated. Thanks so much.